Hello, today let's talk about Mojo Bags. Mojo Bags are basically a little bag that has one intention in it, okay? It is also known as a conjure bag. It could be known as a root bag. You may hear it as a Toby or as a grease bag or gris bag, okay? Traditionally, these bags were made, this is like granny magic or folk magic, hoodoo. Traditionally, they were made using a piece of flannel and sewn together. Nowadays, you can purchase little bags that have a drawstring on them, okay? Nowadays, what you want to do is make sure that the bag that you choose, the color corresponds to the intention that you're going to use it for. So, for example, if I were using it for love, I may choose a pink bag. If I were using it for prosperity, I may use a green or a gold bag. Okay? Now, each Mojo bag is for one intention. You have one intention in here. So, for example, let's do one for prosperity. Now, the way I was taught was that each Mojo bag has 3 items in it. And those 3 items are 1 stone, 1 herb, such as lavender, for example, and 1 resin. And a resin is something like frankincense, myrrh, benzoin. You can see they look like little stones. And if you're not familiar with resins, what you do with them, you take the little piece out and you can put it on a charcoal disc and burn it, and it creates incense. So, but people also use different curios as well. Curios could be any little tchotchke, any little thing. So you may want to use an acorn if you were doing a bag for protection. You may want to use wishing beans, which are like fava beans, dried fava beans, and that could be good for, luck or, whatever your intention is. So what you want to do is take each item that you're going to put, and you want to have at least 3 items. If you're going to have more, try and keep it to an odd number, so 5 or 7 or 9. And you want to charge each item. And you charge each item by holding on to it, envisioning that white light coming through your crown chakra and out your palm of your dominant hand into the object as you think about the intention. In many of these older traditions, it's thought that everything on this earth has a living spirit. So even the stone would have a living spirit. So you want to ask this living spirit to help in your intention. So let's do an example. This is a green aventurine stone, which is very good for prosperity. So we'll charge that and put that in our bag. We may also use a cinnamon stick for prosperity. Again, we're going to charge that and put that in our bag. And then whole cloves. I could use some whole cloves. When you're thinking about prosperity workings, you always want to think of pumpkin pie spice, because any of those spices are going to be very good for any prosperity workings. So you charge the cloves and stick those in as well. Now that you've got your items in here, you want to charge the whole thing as a whole, okay, in the same way. You then want to pass it through each of the 4 elements: earth, water, air, and fire. And you can do that by passing it through the candle flame quickly for fire, passing it through incense smoke for air, and then taking some salt water, because salt represents earth and water, of course, represents the element of water, and sprinkling it on your bag. Next, you want to call it 3 times. Now, in some traditions, they will actually name their Mojo bag. Oftentimes, this is prosperity Mojo bag. So you could say prosperity Mojo bag, prosperity Mojo bag, prosperity Mojo bag. Then you want to tap it 3 times, like you're waking somebody up. Just lightly, 1, 2, 3. Tap it 3 times. And then breathe on it 3 times. Okay? Now, you're not really done. You've got everything. It's all activated. But what you want to do is keep this near your skin for about a week. And you can do that by either sticking it in your bra, sticking it in your sock, anything like that. You can sleep with it under your pillow, and that kind of gets your essence onto it, so you have a connection. All right? Once you're done with that, after a week, you can leave it in your bag, you can put it on your shelf, on your mantle, wherever you choose. In order to keep it activated, you want to feed it, and that's done about once a week. Feeding it involves taking some oil. For example, in a prosperity working, I may take some money oil or come to me money oil, something to that effect, and just rub it on there or a few drops on there each week. In lieu of any kind of specific oil, you can use olive oil or jojoba oil as well. And that constitutes feeding it, because these are living spirits and we want to keep them active, okay? Now, your Mojo bag is something that is private. It's a very personal thing. So it's not something you want to be showing to everybody. You just want to keep it private. So some of the other things that you may want to put in, you can use something like star anise. Star anise is very good for luck. So that's something you would consider putting in a Mojo bag for luck. You can also use, if you don't have stones, you can buy these little stone chips from craft stores. So you've got rose quartz here, which would be good for a love or relationship Mojo bag. Onyx, also good for protection. Okay. If you have curios, little curios are things like tchotchke things, right? Little, just small things, miniature things. So if you had a pendant of a heart, that might go into a Mojo bag for a love working or a relationship working, okay? Use your imagination. You are only limited by your imagination as to what's going to go in there. And hopefully you find that your Mojo bags work effectively for you. Thank you very much. Be sure to press the like button and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will get answers for you. Thank you.